Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's Tuesday. Tuesday's request day. Today's map was requested by the creator and I had absolutely no high hopes for this at all. It's got a silly name. Silly names for maps are basically surely novelty maps, and novelty maps are, well, frankly, not very good, are they? And then you get a map that comes along. It's a novelty map. It is a meme map, but it has a unique feature in this one we have never seen before. Over 1,000 maps in, a unique feature, and a good one at that. Whether you're going to be interested in using it, it's down to you, but you will be interested in this. The daily reminder, perfect way to support the channel. Thank you very much for your ongoing support. Right, today's map is Bipolar Disorder by M4341. Now, Bipolar Disorder, you're thinking, yeah, it's a stupid name. It actually fits the map. We'll get to that. There's your start square. Start square looks, well, very usable, I would say. And then we have terrain heights. Like, is that a brain at the top? That is. That lake is the shape of a brain. Excellent. Then you got the resources. Resources are bold and strong. Wherever there is resources, there are resources. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, we've got all 4 varieties of fish available, which is something. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Right, okay. Mass transit, green cities and park life, although you can get away without green cities and park life if you don't have them, and a whole bunch of things to subscribe to, a little bit of a write-up as well, including known bugs, which are features apparently. We'll be using the Laviante 2.0 theme and the Laviante LUT as well. There is a one-click collection, which we'll go over to in a moment. There we go. Including parking lots, roads. Again, not absolutely essential, but it is there. A few props and stuff, and trees, and also a collection of roads as well. Yeah, this collection right at the very bottom. That's it. 19 items in there. I'm not going to open it, but definitely subscribe to those too if you want to play this map seriously. Now, the first thing I saw here was the street lamps running down the middle of the highways. That's always a bad sign. That's always a bad sign. That's a sign that you've got left-hand traffic on the right-hand side of the road and right-hand traffic on the left-hand side of the road, and it's all messed up. Right. It's not. Also, please note, the rail alongside here, we are kind of following it. We're not coming back to the rail on this side of the map. The rail there, we are following that as well. But anyway, we are focusing more on the highway at this point. So yes, I thought, yeah, okay, this is a mess. This is a mess. The highways are messed up. It's been deliberately done, which you will see a little bit further on into the map build. Bipolar Disorder really does fit this map. Now, this river here, we do have some drowned foliage. I do kind of like the shape of it, and I do like the waterfall as well. The drowned foliage actually kind of works here. I mean, it's obviously wrong and it's definitely drowned, but it does almost have that swampy effect about it. It's not good, but it's equally, it's actually for me not bad either. I don't know whether that was by design or by accident, but I'm okay with it. It's what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. It's not what I would choose to have swampy foliage, but it is what it is. Right, intersection here, which is going to take us across the other side of the map in a minute. We're going to carry on for now because there's a couple of features we've got to keep going down for. So anyway, yeah, tunnels across the other side of the map. Now, anyway, so we come down to a little town down here, and this is the United Kingdom, the ball of the United Kingdom, with the UK flag, yes, the Union flag there. So anyway, we've got left-hand traffic, and these are these custom roads that you've got to subscribe to if you want it to work. Left-hand traffic on the left, but the highway's running on the right side for it to. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Let's have a quick look at where this rail goes to. Anyway, the rail goes into a tunnel. Note that we won't come back to this, but we will see where that connects to in a few moments on the opposite side of the big hills. Oh, we've got everybody's favourite factory and a dead end of the rail there as well. So anyway, so we're on the left-hand side of the road here, and then we've got this. This is kind of like an international border, I would suggest. And then we're going from 4 lanes down to 3 into the tunnels and into the hill. Now, if we have a look underground, have a look here. The roads change sides. Now what was on the left is on to the right, and when it emerges on the opposite side, we now have right-hand drive. Yeah, left-hand drive on one side of the hill, right-hand drive on the other side of the hill, and it'll make even more sense in a moment. But yeah, what we've seen is that was the UK, the United Kingdom. We are now in continental Europe. It's blinking stupid. I love it. I absolutely love it. Never seen it. Never seen this done before. Oh, this is your start square intersection. It's not in the start square, but this is where all the traffic's going to be coming from. We do have a little hint of blue mantle up here. Now, what I would have done with this, because that's probably going to be difficult to get rid of, is I just would have plopped a few bushes over it. I've done a little bit more than this, but I've done enough to hide the blue mantle, and then I would have done just a little bit more detailing around that, just to have hidden that, and then you wouldn't lose any points, would you? Anyway, we're now heading down towards the start square, and the start square has got its own roundabout with its very own unique statue there. But before we get there, we have a level crossing. Now this is the start square road, so this is going to stop traffic coming down. You're probably going to want to upgrade to a bridge or a cutting or something there. Anyway, we are in Deutschland, which I do believe is German for Germany. And yes, with the tankard of beer there, excellent, absolutely love it. And if we zoom in, it's what happened there? And try again. And if we zoom in, it's the asset of the day. I'm not editing that out. That was brilliant. That completely threw me. Today's asset is the US Bank Stadium Minnesota Vikings by Luminou. This is just Luminou at their best. I'm seriously, look, we've got a big old window here. You can see in and see the stadium, and you can hover a drone out there and watch the game for free. It's a great asset. Factoids, I guess, because factoids, I guess. Giotto became the official Vatican artist after he impressed Pope Benedict XI by drawing a perfect circle with his paintbrush, completely freehand. There you go, Giotto could draw a perfect circle. How about that? And what we have here is, we can nip inside here. This is, I do believe this is what they call not a soccer pitch. Yes, American football, gridiron, whatever you want to call it. The US Bank Stadium, Minnesota Vikings by Luminou. Today's asset of the day. Jumped in and bit my bum there. Yeah, that's an amazing asset, isn't it? And if you're from, if you've ever been to see the Minnesota, I can't even say Minnesota Vikings, let me know. And let me know how that stadium matches up with real life. I could use Google Earth, but I prefer to read from people that have actually been there in real life. It's always good. Perfect looking bridge there. The bridges are excellent, and the forests are really dense. It looks like they're managed forests, as you'll see a bit later on. We've kind of got banks of the same sort of trees with no blend between them, but that's okay, because there are managed forests. That's what happens, you know. Okay, next intersection up here. This looks a little bit messy, this one, and we do have a bit of stop-start traffic on the go. This is due to traffic lights, which of course are easily removed once you get in-game. I'm not going to hold this against M4341 because you can't remove it in the map editor. we have to do that in game. So there we are. And then the road continues down. That intersection, we'll come back and have a look at it a bit later on. It's not a bad intersection, it just looks a little bit messy. It's just one of those, it's not a pretty intersection. So that's all. And sometimes you get that. Again, another perfect bridge here on the way out to the edge of the map. Now to the rail. We're not going to go to the opposite side of the hills. We're going to just follow this line here, but we'll see where it nips out and under to the other side. So it does actually connect up. We've got a little bit of a lumpy river going on here, and I do believe there's another one as well which has got a little bit of a ripple effect going on as well. It's not really going to affect gameplay that much. In fact, it's not going to affect gameplay at all because it doesn't. It's just not a gameplay issue. It's an aesthetic or possibly a detail issue. Definitely an aesthetic issue. Right, so the rail follows around this way and heads off towards the start square. I've left the US Bank Stadium up there so you can see how close we get to the start square by following the rail here. Underneath the little dirt track bridge there as well. And we've got lots of little bits of detailing areas around, which we'll be checking in the second half of the show. Nothing quite as wacky as the statues in the start square and on the UK side, but hey, great find they were. They were absolutely brilliant find. Rail comes up here, and we've got a potential start location up here with the rail and a little rail cutting tunnel through there as well. But also underground, it splits and goes across to the UK side of the hills. Meanwhile, over here in Germany, can't believe I'm saying this. Meanwhile, here in Germany, there's your level crossing that leads down to Start Square. This then heads off down, and we'll have a perfect looking bridge as again over here. And this will take us to the edge of the map, which will be time for the intermission. When we come back, we'll check for shipping routes, we'll check for water flow, and we'll have a look at some of the features that this map has got, which I've skipped over so far because all we do is just make sure that the networks look good, and I think the networks look rather nice, I say. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? Are you a fan of the show? Well, I guess if you're watching this, you really must be. And as you've made it through 1000 reviews, it's time to really treat yourself. To emblazon yourself with all 1000 thumbnails in one great garment. From the makers of WhatMap, it's the official WhatMap 1000 t-shirt. Get yours now. And so back to Bipolar Disorder by M4341 and the shipping routes. Right, this is the UK side where we have a little harbour area, a little crossover of the shipping routes there. And then this loops back around, and it really does loop back round. It takes a bit of a long route back out to the edge of the map. But there you go. On the opposite side in Germany, we have this canal. A wide old canal here with a shipping route wobbling down the middle of it. It does wobble a bit around here, but you're not really going to notice it, to be honest with you. It's not wobbling that badly, but it's not a smooth route. And then this comes up where you get the usual little the triangle. I've got to come up with a name for these triangles, but yeah, the old Y front there. And this then hangs off to the left and follows around again to the edge of the map this way. Again, shipping routes are perfectly fine. Water flow, right, okay, we've got a water pumping up here at the dam, and then we've already got pipes in place and power lines, which you can tell. The pipes are pumping all the way through here, and follow it along. We'll find a little connector in a minute. Where is this connector? Connector is right here. And then this will lead you up to the UK side, which is where we pump out the sewage, because the UK is where we pump the sewage, of course. And then, no, we're not doing any of those jokes. And then over here, this is where your start square is. It all links up. But if you really wanted to draw from the area, you've also got access to lots of water there as well. So we've got the map. We have a big old ridge running down the middle. We've got a load of these rivers. They are aesthetically fine. Don't think they're very exciting. I don't think they're not specifically pleasing. Got a couple of very nice waterfalls and some fantasy lakes. which are providing the water for the waterfalls. I'm okay for fantasy. Like, if this isn't a fantasy map, I don't know what is, you know. We've got, again, a very nice bridge there, and more rivers and waterfalls going on. Over here we have got islands, including the Essential Lighthouse. Isn't she lovely? And the jetty, which is looks pretty reasonable. We do have a grounded ship there. Why wouldn't we? Got the cemetery and the tower, and then over here got another lighthouse with, of course, a ship that didn't notice the lighthouse. Of course it didn't. Now consider the map. Consider the map. We've got this like relatively flat sweeping terrain with a ridge running down the middle. Then we have this Walt Disney-esque fantasy world. I don't know how this fits in, but it kind of goes with the map. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think that actually works with the map. We've got a defensive. We've got defenses here. We've got the ditch, the trenches, and we have got some floating trees in there, which are just there, especially that one there, floating on top of the tiny detailing error there. And another essential lighthouse here with defenses as well. And got the ripples coming down from that river there. This intersection, the untidy one, as I say, it just looks untidy. It does the job. We do have a dirt track running down from here, in between the plantations going on there with the different forests going on, and then this leads you down to a park life kind of area with the rocks and what looks like sand, and then down here a little flooded area and a harbour and a jetty and a truck and some dead trees. And some more defences. What have we got going? If we go up from here, there's we've got a castle. Ooh, it's a castle. I think it should be more tiered. If it's going to be on different levels, it wants to be tiered, not sloped. I like the shape of it, but it just slopes away too much. I feel that should have been like a tiered, flattened area, maybe a little bit of handiwork. But I've seen worse castles. I've seen better. There's another everybody's favourite factory with the rail running in through the tunnel system onto each of these different levels of the quarry. It all connects up to the same one. Now, for me, the colour of the quarry is just a little bit oval, unnatural, I would say. And I think. Now, at first thought, I thought this was sand. You'll see me go in, and I'm going to do some editing. At first thought, I thought it was sand, and I was going to delete some of the sand, which is there. At which point, I realised that actually this is ore. Okay, so doing that with the sand ain't going to do anything, right? No difference at all. So yes, I've gone into the there you go. Now resources. I'm just going to clean these up a little bit. I probably would do a little bit of tapering and more fine-tuning. But I feel it just needs a little bit more of a realistic shape if it's going to look like a quarry. And so I'm just going to edge it up a little bit, add a little bit more with the rail there. Probably tidy it up a little bit as well. But yes, something like this I feel would be far more believable. Just trim it up and there you go. So that for me is slightly more quarry shaped. Yeah, quick job. That's all that was. Then if we follow the road up a bit further, we've got the switchbacks taking us up into the hills with these runoffs for the trucks if they are carrying too much space. Didn't know about these until you guys taught me about them, so thank you very much. I've got to say that this runoff here, first we've got a little bit of glitching going on with the road there. But this runoff, it's long and it's steep. My goodness, how much, I mean, if you got a truck out, that's 50 metres. There you go, 50 metres in height. That's like half a mountain. So yes, I think it's a little bit overdone. I mean, all fantasy maps, and I like the idea, but I just think that is slightly overplayed. Anyway, the switchbacks work really well to bring the roads up. We've got, here's that parking lots roads that you can subscribe to or not. It's up to you whether you do or you don't. And then, of course, follow the highway right the way up to the dam and the reservoir, and that's where we're pumping from as well. Have we seen everything? Have we heckers like? Because over this side of the map, we've got these lakes. I quite like them. They're very pretty. I like these trees, just giving it a little bit of colour up here. Fantasy map again, and these lakes, yeah, I can live with them. I can live with them. Aesthetically fine. And we've got the forests. We've got a big bank of these, autumnal trees. And then you just get a big bank of these, and then a big bank of those, and a big bank of these. So they are managed forests to me. But then you come across to this, and you just got a whole load of nothing. So yeah, it's sometimes it's a bit all on. I'm gonna say a whole bunch of nothing, but we've got little copses here and there as well. So yes, it's a little of everything and some of nothing as well. But what do you think? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think of it? Aesthetically, I was thinking, is it 4 stars? I was toying with pushing to 4 stars. It just doesn't feel like a 4-star map. I'm going to go for a medium-high 3. It's pushing towards 4. I think if it wasn't quite so quirky, it might just have edged into it, but no, it's a high 3. Detailing, I'm going to do the same. It's quirky. There's a lot of good standards. There's a few things in here which just look too weird and a little bit out, but I really like the ideas that have been popped in there, so I'm going to go high 3 as well. Gameplay potential. This is unique. This is unique. And I'm struggling to not give it 5 stars. So I'm going to do it. I'm giving it 5 stars for gameplay. Multiple plays, I feel, on this one, because it's different. Bipolar Disorder by M4341. Really not what I was expecting. I was expecting, honestly, a load of rubbish. We didn't have a load of rubbish. We had something very unique and a little bit special in its own way. That's how people describe me. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day into the comments for 100 population points just for fun. And don't forget, it's our own secret society, so shh, don't tell anybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.